Welcome to CLU News. My name is Katie Miller.
And I'm Nicole Sholey. Tonight we'll be highlighting the issues, events, and people that matter to you.
In our first story, Emma Hopp takes to the streets where open parking spots have become an endangered species.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at a CLU parking hotspot that is notorious for its road rage and tickets given. Surrounding me are students and faculty struggling to find parking spots in order to make it on time for their class.
Students and staff are tired of fighting over parking spots here at CalU.
Here I am with a student leaving school for the day, and he is walking back to his car, so I had to stop and ask him, how long did it take you to find your parking spot this morning?
Actually, today was an awful day because I spent like 25 minutes looking for a spot, was like almost late for class, and thankfully I found one right at the last minute because I was about to just park in staff.
I'm here with Isabella, a campus safety student worker. Isabella, what do you say you give the most tickets on campus for?
I think we give the tickets most to people parked in incorrect areas that have the wrong sticker. So if you're a commuter and you park in resident.
Okay, and why do you think that people are forced to park in the wrong spot so often?
Usually people are rushing to class and just park in the nearest space. Therefore, they don't really think about the consequences after.
Okay, and what do you think a good solution to this problem would be?
I would say that either getting to campus really early, that way you can find parking, or parking at the gym and walking across the bridge to class.
Okay. Do you think that there will ever be more availability for student parking in the near future?
I hope so.
Thank you. I'm here with Xavier, a California Lutheran University resident. Xavier, have you had any issues with your parking situation on campus?
Yeah, most nights it's just kind of tough to find parking on campus, even as a resident. Sometimes I'll get back from work around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then parking really is non-existent, so I have to park up at the stadium. That can be frustrating just because it's like a 5-minute walk to get back to my car or get back to where I live, and that's just inconvenient for me, really.
Yes, I can see how that can be very frustrating for you. Thank you for your time. So the question remains, is it fair that students are being ticketed for being forced to park in a spot that they're not supposed to park in order to make it to class on time? I'm Emma Hopp, live here at CLU. Back to the studio.
It is completely understandable why people are getting so frustrated, and hopefully a solution can be found in the near future.
It's a miracle that you and I made it on time today.
Just barely. Our next story is welcoming home the students and professors from a winter break service trip to Haiti.
Yes, Evan Engel explores how the Seeds for Haiti expedition established life-saving services for those affected in Haiti.
Over winter break, most California Lutheran University students spent the holidays at home and enjoyed their time off. But for the Seeds for Haiti Club, their winter break consisted of traveling to Haiti and assisting people in need there. The trip started on December 27, 2013, as the 12 CLU students arrived in Haiti and teamed up with 20 other Haitian volunteers, along with organizations such as Super Assistance, Agua Inc., and Hands of Light in Action. Their goal was to set up aquaponics and water filtration systems that would help residents set up small-scale gardens to help create sustainable agriculture. They also set up soccer camps, taught English classes, and helped distribute medical supplies. We sat down and talked to 3 members of the trip as they reflected on their experience.
One of the biggest things that I do differently is empowering these young Haitian people more, because they're so ready to take off and do something for themselves in their own country that you can't help but want to just guide them and accommodate them and help them get to where they want to go. One of the projects I'll be working on, hopefully to be done in the summer, is the company that went with us to do a temporary water filtration system. Their goal is to use plants for water filtration to filter things in the source, and they're Agua Inc. And Agua Inc. contacted me and said, we just got a big contract deal in Port-au-Prince to kind of mimic that in a service way. Would you like to spearhead a project in finding basically the most plentiful amount of wastewater in Port-au-Prince or Cité Soleil, which is like the ghetto near the capital, and having a small team go and filter that water for the communities around it. So that's the next big thing. We'll see what else comes up, but there's definitely more promise in the future for what's going on.
natives that live there and stuff. You don't want to bring in something that is going to be abandoned later on. And so for me, it was all about learning more about sustainability and keeping practices alive that will benefit them in the future.
Other situations. So, but I was very interested in the some of the intercultural aspects of what's going on, and I know the students were learning some Creole, and I'm a language person, so I was very happy to see that. I teach intercultural communication, and Berlin was in that class. So watching some of the ideas that we talked about in class, you know, being taken out into the field and to see how students actually reacted, as well as the video that they did such a good job of shooting. And so now that I've seen students in this environment from Cal Lutheran, I can visualize how we could set up a course that would combine both service and experiential learning. So I'm looking forward to perhaps getting that done.
It's so inspiring to hear how CLU students and professors are not just making our campus a better place, but impacting entire communities.
I completely agree, Katie. And in our next segment, Love Reckless, Xavier Garcia helps us remember another life that has brought so much to the CLU community.
On December 23rd, Dr. Jarvis Streeter, a professor at CLU for 25 years, passed away after a fight with pancreatic cancer. A memorial was held at Samuelson Chapel.
What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you learned, but what you taught.
Class with Dr. Streeter was an amazing and wonderful experience. He was a beautiful man with a lot of wisdom and heart, and the first day of class he told us that he could pass away at any moment because of his pancreatic cancer, and you know, I was scared, like I didn't want to see that, but I stayed in class all semester and he was there all semester and he never missed a day. His wife actually, Susan, joined us in class every day, and he said things that were off the wall, and sometimes Susan would just shake her head, and he loved everyone.
Jarvis's motto, to love recklessly, was seen in the passion and energy he gave to his students and all he came into contact with. A scholar, author, and a Renaissance man in art and literature, his interests were numerous, as his colleagues, each one after the other, recalled their times with him.
I hope they remember his absolute willingness to laugh at any given moment, to have fun with life, his willingness to try out new ideas, see if they work, right? Give it a chance. Don't stop yourself, right? I hope that's what they take forward from his classes.
What will matter is not how many people you knew, but how many will feel a lasting loss when you're gone. What will matter are not your memories, but the memories that live in those who loved you.
Survived by his wife of 25 years and daughters among countless family and friends, his memory will continue as the Streeter Family Endowment for Kingsman Shakespeare Company will continue to serve the CLU campus.
The name of that segment was Love Reckless, which was Jarvis Streeter's philosophy towards life.
2 words with some heavy meaning.
Especially so close to Valentine's Day.
That is sneaking up on us fast. But changing focus over to the entertainment spotlight of the week, Milo Frank explores the Gotta Dance movie poster exhibition in the William Roland Gallery of Fine Art.
Since November 15th, William Roland Gallery has hosted Gotta Dance, a special exhibit of vintage film and theater posters from critically acclaimed and award-winning design director Mike Kaplan. While most recognize the shift in cinema, very few take time to appreciate the movie poster. This exhibition focuses on the film poster as a unique art form.
I think that another good aspect of the show is the international aspect. So we have so many different languages and cultures that are being expressed in these movie posters. And I think it really gives students in the community a different look at some of their favorite films. And it gives them a different point of view, a different perspective, especially with the Scandinavian posters, because in Sweden and Denmark you had starkly different rules as far as creating works of art and how scandalous they could be. So for instance, in the poster Bolero, you see a woman who's wearing a sheer dress. which would have never been used in the US or in some of the other European countries. But because the artist was creating the poster for a Swedish audience, it was perfectly acceptable. Or it did still cause a scandal, but it was more acceptable than it would have been in other places.
One of the posters included is Shirley Temple's Poor Little Rich Girl, which is known for being one of the last advertisements by artist David O'Leary just before he was arrested and placed in a Jewish concentration camp during the Holocaust. With over 40 posters fluctuating in size, the majority of these pieces date from anywhere between the 1930s to the 1950s.
That looks like a fun exhibit.
It does, and if you haven't seen it yet, the exhibit is open until February 8th, and it is free to the public.
That's good to know. And in our sports highlights for the week, Olivia Hill profiles the men's rugby team and how they are approaching the 2014 season.
After that, David Cataldo will give us a recap on the men's basketball game and the Kingsmen victory over the Pomona Pitzer Sagehens.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at CLU's North Field where the RFC Knights are practicing after Whittier was forced to forfeit the game this morning in the first home game of the season. The Knights' first official game of the season was in November, where they started the season strong, beating Biola 82-5. Last season, the Knights finished with a 3-2 record and missed making it to the playoffs by just one try. Team captain Andrew Yamakawa. Now, Andrew, can you tell me about how, today Whittier forfeited? How does that start off this season for you guys?
It's kind of a bummer, but we'll keep working hard and practice today. Take them next week. We play against LMU, so we can.
And what does that forfeit mean for you guys as a team?
It means a forfeited loss, so we win. Just all it means is we lose a bit of game experience, which is kind of a bummer, but we did play last semester, and we have some new guys, so it'd been nice to have a game, but we'll take what we got, keep working hard, play again next week.
Awesome. And then also, can you tell me what you think are the Knights' greatest strengths at this moment?
Commitment. We have a really good group of guys. A lot of people at Hell Week, a lot of people at practice, so good numbers. Best we've ever had since my 4 years that I've been here, so it's a good thing to have commitment and a lot of people come out and play.
Awesome. All right, so thank you, Andrew. If you guys want to check out these guys, you can catch them next Saturday, February 8th at 1 p.m. here at Northfield, where they'll be taking on LMU.
I'm David Cataldo, coming to you live from the Gilbert Sports and Fitness Center, where the CLU Kingsmen men's basketball team has a crucial matchup tonight as they take on Pomona Pitzer team that is second in place in league with a 14-5 record overall and 9-1 overall in SCIAC play. The Kingsmen are third place in the league with a 15-4 overall record and 6-4 record in SCIAC play. The Kingsmen have their work cut out for them tonight, as today is a crucial matchup for the Kingsmen's tournament hopes. Well, it was a significant win for the Kingsmen tonight over Pomona Pitzer, and I'm here with the Kingsmen star forward, Coltrane Powell. First, Coltrane, congratulations on a great game played.
Oh, thank you very much.
So first off, this is a huge win. What do you think you can improve on personally on the rest of the season?
Just close out games. Sometimes come out halftime kind of flat. We need to pick that up, finish teams off and just finish off on a strong season.
Specifically on this game, what were your thoughts on Pomona Pitzer coming into this game, and what were you guys told about them before this game?
Well, we played them earlier in the season, and they jumped on us really quick. I think it was like a 20-2 lead or something like that. So we knew they could shoot, and they knew they're good. So we knew we had to come out here pretty strong. We had 2 good days of practice, and we came prepared.
All right, well, thanks a lot, Coltrane.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is Coltrane Powdrell of the Kingsmen star forward after a huge win over Pomona Pitzer. Well, I'm here with the Kingsmen head coach, Rich Ryder, off the big win over Pomona Pitzer. First, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much. The kids played well.
Yeah, so going on to this game, they knew they were a tough opponent, but a win like this, how do you feel this affects your tournament hopes going into the future?
Well, it's definitely a big plus for us. I think it helps us in the confidence area. We're on a small winning streak right now, so that we have to keep that going. The kids have played well. We just got to keep rolling. We've had some good practices. The preparations have been excellent, and they've been able to execute the game plan. So, at the same time, we've been able to knock down some shots. So that's the name of the game right now.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that is Coach Rich Ryder of the Kingsmen men's basketball team. Back to you guys in the studio.
I'm excited to see how the rugby season will turn out.
And I can't wait to see how our men's basketball team will rank towards the end of the season. Their next home game is scheduled for February 19th at 7:30 p.m.
In our last segment of the night, Serving CLU, Caitlin Gilbo profiles one of the many individuals on the CLU campus who help behind the scenes to keep CLU running.
Welcome to Serving CLU. Today we're talking to Daniel Lawrence, the coordinator for multicultural programs and international student services. Daniel began his CLU career in September of 2011.
A typical day in my office is busy. There's never a dull moment. There's always something to do. We have club leaders that need to come in and maybe talk about plans for the future. Sometimes there's some conversation about other leaders in terms of how they should work together, how they should compromise and change.
Going on behind me right now is the Cross-Cultural Challenge, where students and faculty are challenged to pledge an attendance at a multicultural event.
We're always promoting culture and justice in our office, and that's what makes me so excited about it, because in our world we don't have a lot of folks who are on the bandwagon to be good promoters of good justice.
According to the Multicultural's office mission, these events are designed to foster an appreciation of diversity and an increase of understanding of social justice.
Chinese New Year, that's going to happen next month. Well, no, this month, but next week. That's one of my really exciting events because it's like our biggest event. It's always exciting seeing the amount of community leaders who participate, students who come out, and just seeing the excitement in the air, just feeling the excitement in the air. Kwanzaa is really, really fun. I love seeing the drumming, the singing, the socializing, and also the food. You can't forget about the food. I love the food.
There are lots of really cool things going on campus, put on by the Multicultural Office and Daniel Lawrence. Back to you guys in the studio.
It may take an entire village to raise a child, but it takes an army of dedicated CLU staff members to really make the CLU experience enjoyable.
It certainly does, Katie. That concludes this installment of CLU News. I'm Nicole Sholey.
And I'm Katie Miller. Thank you for watching this edition of CLU News.